Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathsala. I am Dr. Hareen Ram Seri from Kirodimal College, University of Delhi. Today I am going to talk on module Prey, Predator and Plant Herbivore Interaction Part 2 under paper Principle of Ecology. Learning outcomes. After studying this module, you shall be able to understand, describe the predation on plants, understand the effect of herbivore on plant fitness and vice versa. Illustrate the mechanism adopted by plant as defense mechanism including mimicry, structural, chemical features and predator satiation. Define the measures adopted by herbivores to counteract the defense mechanisms of plants. Introduction. The act of eating plant is called herbivory. Above or below the ground, the herbivory can occur in both. Herbivores are the living organisms that consume whole plant or any part of the plant above the ground soil such as flowers, stems, fruits, leaves and any plant part lying below the ground soil such as tubers or roots. The plant species are the host species or prey for the herbivores acting as predators, and the interaction between them create an important ecological association called plant herbivore system. The plant herbivore interaction play critical role in the ecology of any habitat, influencing individual plant growth and development and plant communities. The diversity of plants is enormous, reflecting the broad diversity of vertebrates and invertebrate herbivores that feeds on them. Wide ranges of feeding opportunities are offered by the individual plant species, and the dependent herbivore organism developed many adaptations in form of specialized features and feeding strategies to consume their food source or plants. As an example, the adaptation of specialized features includes behavioral changes and modified the mouth parts that allow herbivores to consume on plant species. In order to utilize plants and their food source, the predators have to overcome the specialized features plants have adapted against their consumers. This type of interaction between plants and herbivores developed an arms race between them and lead to establishment of strong relationship between them. The herbivores may be range from organisms depending on particular plant structures and food sources to organism dependent on particular plant species or groups. Animals which are specialized to feed on certain plant groups or species as their food source for their growth and development are called as plant host specific, and the specialization is called as plant host specificity. Thus, for the management of the community or land, deep understanding about the plant herbivore relationship is very important. For any given habitat, the exclusion of particular plant group or species may be leads to the loss of many herbivores. The health of habitat, the diversity and structure of the soil and plant communities. This type of predation may have positive impact on the communities or species such as herbivory. Up to a certain level increases the production and nutrient uptake by the plants, as the feeding may remove aged leaves and roots, triggering the growth of young shoots and roots that are more efficient in supporting the growth and developmental process. The herbivore organism, while eating the plants, cause parts of the plants to fall and their own feces that may contribute to nutrient pool and litter in soil. The consumption of plant favors young foliage to fall down on ground, contributing high quality of leaf, lighter with higher nutrient value to the soil. Trimming of the plants by the herbivores may cause seeds to fall down that are transported by the ants to their nests in the soil. The water and nutrient-rich and soil of ants' nests offer favorable area for the successful seedling growth of plants. Moreover, plants pruned by the herbivores allow light to reach the ground and stimulate the growth of seeds by providing favorable surroundings. Furthermore, some plant-herbivore relationships offer protection to plants as shown by Ant-Acacia association. Additionally, primary initial herbivory triggers the release of certain chemicals or secondary metabolites from the pruned plant areas that attracts parasitoids and predators to control further herbivory. This figure represents an example of plant herbivore system: deer grazing on plants. Predation on plants. Both consumption of seeds and fruits and defoliation are the two major types of herbivory forms on the plants. These two forms of predation by herbivores on plants cause different results. The destruction of external structures of plants is called defoliation. The plant tissues can be roots, leaves, sap, bark, and stem destructed by the predators. Some predators do not kill the plants or directly consume the tissue but depends on the plant juice, whereas some predators kill plants or destruct the parts of the plant by directly consuming the tissues. Below is a list of different types of feeding strategies for plant eaters. Planivore, pollen eater, example some insect. Polyivores, leaf eaters, example cocolas. Frugivores, fruit eaters, example flying foxes. Nectivores, nectar eaters. Graminivore, grass eater, example zebra. Granivores, grain eaters, example some rodents. Some herbivores, predators, kill the plant by grazing the seeds. However, if the grazer consumes only parts of the plants, then the continuation and amount of grazing will decide the survival rate of consumed plant. Defoliation always has adverse effects even if the plant regenerates and persists long. The biomass of the plants is reduced by grazing activity. 1977, Harper suggested that roots and foliage pruning reduces the competitive ability of the plants, its vigor and fitness. Predation can be advantageous to plants where pulpable fruits containing seeds are consumed by the fruit-eating herbivores and the seeds are carried to their guts from where they enter the process of seed dispersal. However, there are cases where seeds predation has no impact. On the other hand, there are cases where seeds predation can prevent the rate of increase in population or colonization of plants. Effects on plant fitness. Herbivory causes destruction of plant tissues like stem, leaves, roots, flowers, sap, and fruits, which in turn affect the survival rate and overall fitness of the plant without killing the plant. Roots Pruning and loss of foliage reduce the plant biomass and decreases the fitness, reproductive and competitive ability and vigor of the plant. Moreover, at the most vulnerable stage of plant growth and development, that is its juvenile stage, herbivory produces strong adverse effects. Contrary to mature leaves, which are net exporters of nutrients, the young leaves import nutrients from the roots and other reservoir plant tissues. Rabbits, deer, larvae of gypsy moth and sawfly are the common grazing herbivores that depend on more nutritious and pulpable leaves. They reject eating mature and older leaves, being less pulpable, high in secondary compounds such as tannins and complex chemical structures like lignin. This figure represents a grazing herbivore's black rhino. In response to herbivory-mediated defoliation, the plants support regeneration and new growth by the import of nutrients from reservoirs like roots and other tissues that otherwise in planned to used by the plants for its own growth and development. A costly response of plants to defoliation is the stimulation of chemical defenses. The plant physiology gets altered on served defoliation by herbivores followed by subsequent regrowth of the lost parts. Consumption of leaves to a critical level altered the levels of hormonal growth regulators which is turn control the bud dormancy, thus resulting into late formation of buds for next year growth. The refoliation at the expense of reserve nutrients adversely affects the overall fitness of plant and they become more susceptible to the attacks of insects and diseases. Moreover, the plant has no available resources for reproduction. Aphids and other plant herbivores do not directly consume the tissues, rather tap plant juice and called as sapsuckers. These herbivores reduce the biomass and growth rate of plants. Moderate grazing acts as advantageous process in some group of plants, grasses and in forest canopy. It has a stimulating impact on plant growth, thereby increases the production of biomass but at the expense of reverse nutrients and vigor. Grazing may benefit from an all well adapted to moderate grazing that increases the biomass production. Owen and Wigard 1981 suggested that even at the cost of reduced sexual reproduction rate, the fitness of some grasses can be maintained only under the pressure of grazing. Effects on herbivore fitness. Herbivory is a two-edged sword where both the interacting organisms have pronounced effects on each other's fitness. Herbivores adversely, sometimes advantageously, affect the plants. Similarly, plants have prominent effects on the fitness of their predators. The primary production of herbivores is related to its consumption, biomass, and production. Thus, plant affects the fitness and population dynamics of herbivores to great extent in comparison to the effects of herbivores on population dynamics of plants. It's not quality but the quantity of food resources ability that cats as a critical viewpoints of herbivores. Although enough plant biomass is available for the predation, yet herbivores requires nitrogen-rich high quality of foliage as a specialized digestive process is essential to break down plant cellulose and convert the digested parts of plants into animal tissues. Without that, full stomach herbivore can be also starve to death. Green, soft, and young storage organs like seeds, tubers, and roots are the high quality foods utilized by the herbivores. Adding to the problem of quality of available food resources, the herbivores may experience difficulty in overcoming the defense mechanisms adopted by the plants. Plants as a defense strategy make their tissue unavailable, unpulpable, hardly digestible, or even toxic. Secondary metabolites are the plant substances that adversely affect the reproductive rate of herbivores. Ladino, clover, and alfalfa are the legumes with high concentration of isoflavonoids. These isoflavonoids are the secondary compounds in plants that mimic estrogenic hormones such as progesterone. Thus, when grazing herbivores consume these isoflavonoids, a hormonal imbalance is induced in them, resulting into reduced lactation, difficult labor, and infertility. Plant defense system. In the plant herbivore association, the plants are at disadvantages as they are immovable or fixed in place. Thus, certain modes of defense are adopted by the plants to counter-react to herbivore attacks. These defense mechanisms range from mimicry and chemical methods to structural features. A mimicry. In the plant kingdom, plants in response of food search by the herbivores have stimulated an evolutionary process resulting into mimicry. In 1975, L. E. Gilbert evidenced mimicry as a mode of defense in a plant Passiflora against the predatory butterfly called Heliconius. In the New World tropics, the passion flower plant, comprised of nearly about 350 species varying in the shape of leaves due to wide range of intra and interspecific differences. This figure represents passion flower and left passion flower butterfly. Each species of passion flower butterfly is dependent on a limited group of food plants, Passiflora species. The Heliconius butterflies are highly host-specific and around 45 species of these passion flower butterflies are dependent on passion flower species as a source of larval food and egg-laying site. The passion flower plant species vary in the leaf shape within a particular habitat. The passion flower butterflies are visually very sophisticated and they locate the position of the passion flower plants on which they lay the eggs to confirm that particular plants on repeated visits. But the passion flower plants evolved leaf forms as a response against the visual selection of butterfly, disabling them to relocate the plants. Under selection pressure, leaf forms of passion flower converge with other tropical plants that are edible for heliconius butterflies. The convergence is so strong that passion flowers species, the taxonomically named after this resembling genera of other plant species. Furthermore, Passiflora auriculata and Passiflora cania are the Passiflora species that exhibit egg mimicry. These passion flower plant species evolved outgrowths near the leaf bases that mimic the shape, size, and color of passion flower butterfly eggs at their hatching stage. Based on the concept that female heliconius butterflies reject suits that already have larvae or eggs of other females, that Passiflora species achieves protection by egg mimicry. This figure represents passion flower leaves showing egg mimicry. B. Structural defenses. Plant adopted different structural features as a method of defense to make herbivore predation difficult. It's a least costly defense method which includes spines, tough leaves, thorns, and epidermal hairs on leaves to trap insects and discourage the browsing. Under predatory pressure and in order to discourage seed eating herbivores, many plants produce seeds that have hard seed coats and are thick. However, some plants exploit seed predation by herbivores as a seed dispersal mechanism. Figure represent structural defense such as thorns, spines, and prickles. D. Trichomas on plant and sclerophyllous leaves. In 1986, Cooper and Smith performed experiments to understand the role of structural defenses in plants against herbivore predation. Their experiment demonstrated the defensive effectiveness of apparent structures features against grazing herbivores. Three large browsing mammal herbivores, namely kudu, impala, and boer goat, are used to investigate the effect of plant spineaceae on the selected herbivores' feeding habits. In South Africa, the Northern Transvaal Bushveld Associated Nice Valley Nature Reserve was the study area for experiment. The experiment demonstrated that the structural features of woody plants in the study area increases the handling time and restricts the bite site of grazing herbivores. The structural features like thorns, prickles, and spines restrict the loss of foliage by the grazing activity of herbivores. Additionally, the grazing herbivores are adversely affected and incur scars and scratches in the esophageal mucosa and buccal mucosa. This figure represents kudu grazing in South Africa, right? Impala grazing in the National Park of Africa. Predator satiation. Both plants and animals provide defense against predation by regulating the reproduction time via physiological mechanisms, enabling the production of maximum number of offsprings in one short period of time. Predator achieve satiation on abundance of prey population. In plants, the major strategy against herbivores is called predator satiation, more commonly called as predation saturation, especially in those plant species that do not have chemical defense mechanisms. There are four types of approaches used by the plants against predation by herbivores. First approach is the distribution of seeds in such a manner that the whole seed crop is not equally susceptible to predation by seed herbivores. Seed predators concentrate on parent plants and its nearby spread seeds crops, but missed the seeds spread to distinct areas because of unprofitability and search image. Second approach adopted by plants is to shorten the time of seed availability before generation before germination. If all the matured seeds are available at one time, the seed predator becomes incapable of exploiting entire seed crop. Third approach is periodical production of seed crops rather than annual. Plants like oaks adopted this strategy, which has longer time between successive seeds crops, discouraging support to large population of seed dependent predators between successive seed crops, thus causes reduction in the predator density to exploit next seed crops. Internal physiology concentrates and weather event bring synchronization of seed production that causes periodical production of seed crops. Synchronization across species achieves predator satiation, which is the fourth type of approach used by plant species as a defense mechanism. If two plant species sharing same predators at the fruiting season have same timing of the seed crop, then predatory pressure on both plant species is shared and reduced. On the other hand, a searing predator satiation also. Chemical defenses. In plants, the first line of defense against predation is the chemical defense based on the secondary compounds accumulation within the cell or epidermal glands. The secondary products are the byproducts of primary metabolites involved in the plant metabolic processes. These secondary metabolites ranges from phenolics to alkaloids, steroidal terpenes, mustard oil, glycosides, resins, tannins, and cyanogenic. Alkaloids are the amino acid derivatives, phenolics are the ubiquitous, and they are the byproduct of amino acid metabolism. Storage and production of chemical metabolites are costly to plants. There are two types of chemical defense mechanisms against herbivory. One type of resistance approach includes storage and production of metabolites released at wound site and act as a toxins against bacteria, nematodes, and fungi. The other type involves inhibitors acting as a repellents, direct poison, warning odors, or attracants decoy before attacked by fungi or animal feeding. The consumption of foliage and seeds is discouraged by cardiac glycosides and tannins, which impart bitter taste to plant tissues. Saponins, phenolic terpenes, and other metabolites are toxic to herbivores, causing illness or even death. The chemical defense in plants is offered by the mutualistic relationship between fungi and plants. For instance, Eremonium, Xenophilium, and endophytic fungus share a mutualistic association with plant Fistuca orchidaceae. The fungus grows and many even extend through intracellular space, thus derives nourishment from the fluid of intracellular space. In turn, the fungus provides protection to all fescue plant against large herbivores like horse and cattle by producing toxins, causing reproduction failure, poor weight gain, and heat intolerance in the grazing animals. This figure represented Festucusa orandaceae plant infestation of Eremonium cynophalium fungus growth. The nature of plants defined the mode of defense. In 1975, Finney distributed plants into two major groups: apparent and unapparent wares. Rhodies and Catties divided plants into two types: predictable and available, and unpredictable and unavailable. The two sets of terms are synonyms. A. Apparent plants. These are the type of plant which are easy to locate by the herbivores and easily available for herbivory, thus have synonyms like available and predictable plants. These are large and woody and usually long-lived plants. They possess dose-dependent or quantitative type of defense. Resins and tannins are the major type of secondary metabolites involved in this type of defense mechanism and are localized in seeds, bark, or near the leaf surfaces. They offer low pulpability and reduce the rate of assimilation, ability to digest by forming indigestible complexes with proteins in leaves. But these type of defense provide a slow response against predation. B. Unapparent plants. These plants are usually perennials and annuals, short-lived and dispersed in time and space. Unlike quantitative defense in apparent plants, unapparent plants offer qualitative defense. Alkaloids and cardiac glycosides are the secondary metabolites which provide highly toxic defense against grazing, which is non-adapted insects causes disruption in development or interfere with metabolic process of animals. Such defense responds quickly and cost-effective for plants even at low concentrations. However, there is no absolute distinction between quantitative and qualitative defense or unapparency and apparency. Herbivore countermeasures. Many external structures are present in plants such as stems, fruits, leaves, flower parts, seeds and roots. The forms of each of these external structures differ in different plant species. However, access to these external structure is possible to attributing to the certain characteristics of the herbivores. These characteristics of herbivores include modified legs that help in them to digging and enable them for the consumption of roots. Appendages like spines, claws, or suckers help herbivores to grip in onto the inverted or vertical surfaces of plants, and wings offered ability to reach highest parts of the plants. Additionally, chewing mouthparts as cutting tools, example in beetles, tube-like mouthparts and piercing tools, example in wasps, and saw-like tools possessed by the sawfly are the characteristic of herbivores to gain access to internal structures. Lignin and cellulose are the complex compounds essential for the plants to maintain their support and physical structure. These complex compounds are insoluble in water, difficult to digest and tough. To gain access to these tough and chemical plant tissues, several feeding strategies are employed by the herbivores, including chewing mouthparts, tube-like mouthparts, etc. Other strategies employed by the herbivores to avoid and or eating tough parts of the plant include alliance formation. In order to consume the tough part of plants, some insects like ambrosia beetles form alliances with fungi and bacteria that can digest the complex chemical structures. The ambrosia beetles consume the digested tough parts by allocate fungi that digest the complex structure of plants into liquefied material. This figure represents ambrosia beetles form alliances with fungi. Chewing mouth parts. Butterflies, locusts, larvae of moths and beetles are the most prolific chewers. Leaf chewers, which through leaves attributing to their mouth parts. The leaf chewers include katydids, stick insects, locusts, sawflies, and grasshoppers. Some organisms collect fragments of leaves to feed their young ones or to construct their nests, such as wasps and leafcutter bees and termites. This figure represents leaf chewers attract soft internal parts. Some herbivores, such as miners, avoid consuming the tough parts of the plants, rather take the soft internal tissues. So flies, moths, wasps, and larvae of some flies and insects are the common miners that eat between plant cell layers. Mining. The entire leaf is consumed by the leaf miners, rejecting the outer protective layers of the leaf and veins. Appearance of blisters, blotches, and tunnels on the plant leaves depicts mining activity. This figure represents leaf mining. Rostrum or tube-like mouthparts, snapsucker-like bugs have rostrum or tube-like mouthparts to pierce through the tough tissues and suck the internal juice. This figure represents snap-sucking bug. Nectar-feeding mouthparts. Nectar-feeding mouthparts for sucking, sponging, and lapping on nectar are adopted by nectar-feeding specialists such as insects, including moths, wasps, flies, butterflies, bees, and beetles, and vertebrates like honey, possums, and loricates. This figure represents honey possum licking nectar. All animals possess a detoxifying mechanism against the chemical defense of secondary metabolites called as mixed function oxidase MFO. MFO is an enzyme that metabolizes the potential toxin substances of foreign compounds. Liver of the vertebrates, Malpighian tubules, fat bodies, and gut of the insects are the site which possess MFO activity. Lipophilic or fat-rich foreign substances are converted by the activity of MFO into water-soluble molecules via hydrolysis, reduction and oxidation. These water-soluble molecules can now be excreted out from the body. So student, let us summarize what we have learned in this module. The predator-prey system depicts the association of interacting predators with prey population. Prey-predation relationship at one trophic level may affect the prey-predation relationship at the next trophic level. The predator-prey system involves herbivory, a plant herbivore system, and carnivory, herbivore carnivore system. Plant predation includes both consumption of fruits and seeds and defoliation by grazing animals. The act of eating plant is called herbivory. Herbivores are the living organisms that consume whole plant or any parts of the plant. The plant species are the host species or prey for the herbivores acting as predators, and the interaction between them creates an important ecological association called plant herbivore system. The diversity of plants is enormous enormous, reflecting the broad diversity of vertebrates and invertebrates herbivores that feeds on them. Both consumption of seeds and fruits and defoliation are the two major type of herbivory forms on plants. These two forms of predation by herbivores on plants causes different results. Some predators do not kill the plants or directly consumes the tissues, where some predators kill the plants or destruct the parts of the plant by directly consuming the tissues. The plant herbivore interactions have substantial influence on the health of the habitat, the diversity and structure of the soil and plant communities. This type of predation may have positive impact on the communities or species, such as herbivory up to a certain level increases the production and nutrient uptake by the plants, as the feeding may remove aged leaves and roots, triggering the growth of young shoots and roots that are more efficient in supporting the growth and developmental processes. The consumption of plants favors young foliage to fall down on ground, contributing high quality of leaf lighter with higher nutrient value to the soil. Trimming Trimming of the plants by the herbivores may causes seeds to fall down that are transported by the ants to their nests in the soil. The water and nutrient-rich soil of ants' nests offers favorable area for the successful seedling growth of plants. Moreover, plants pruned by the herbivores allow the light to reach the ground and stimulate the growth of seeds by providing favorable surroundings. Furthermore, some plants herbivore relationships offer protection of plants as so as by ant acacia association. Herbivores adversely, sometimes advantageously, affect the plants. Similarly, plants have prominent effects on the fitness of their predators. Secondary metabolites are the plant substances that adversely affect the reproductive rate of herbivores. In the plant herbivore association, certain modes of defense are adopted by plants to counteract herbivore attacks, which ranges from mimicry and chemical methods to structural features. Herbivory is a two-edged sword where both the interacting organisms have pronounced effect on each other fitness. Wide range of feeding opportunities are offered by the individual plant species, and the dependent herbivore organisms developed many adaptations in form of specialized features and feeding strategies to consume their food source of plants. As an example, the adaptation of specialized features includes behavioral changes and modified mouthparts that allow herbivores to consume on plant species. To gain access to these tough and chemical plant tissues, external structures, and water-insoluble complex compound, several feeding strategies are employed by the herbivore, including alliances, formation, chewing mouth parts, attack soft internal parts, mining, rostrum or tube-like mouth parts, and nectar-feeding mouth parts, etc. All animals possess a detoxifying mechanism against the chemical defense of secondary metabolites called as mixed function oxidase MFO. In order to utilize plants as their food source, the predators have to overcome the specialized features plants have adapted against their consumers. This type of interaction between plants and herbivores developed an arms race between them and leads to establishment of a strong relationship between them.